wanted to do my warm up in the video today just because I haven't done a warm up for a while and just review that. So again, I'll do my full body today. Oh shit! Oops. Little technical error there as the phone falls off the tripod. Gonna do a full body and do a bit of a superset split. So basically, we'll do each body part, choose 2 exercises per body area, and then just blast back and forth 3 sets. Really fatigue it out, then move to the next part. So I'm just going to do just some shoulder car kind of things. So this is the shoulder blades, up, down, forward, up, back. So I just work through those shoulder blades a bit here. I go opposite direction. When I do this, I feel a lot of crunching, cracking. So there's tightness around the shoulder blades. Let's do a little bit of lateral. So this is usually my active warm-up that I do prior to most things, actually. It works for a lot of different things. If it's weight room, obviously lifting, or even if I'm going to play a sport, basketball, volleyball, etc., I usually try to stretch it out a little bit. I'll do a little bit more specific stuff depending on if I'm doing a certain sport. But this is a pretty good general full body warm-up. Let's get a little full body here. It's a little rotation. And I keep it pretty brief. Reaching up, my job is relatively active, so I am on my feet most of the day, but at the same time, I don't work through these ranges. And I want to just make sure I'm kind of hitting most areas of my body a little bit before working with some weights. The last thing you want to do is injure yourself while you're working out, because the whole point really of the workout is to not get injured. So if you injure yourself while you're working out, then that's kind of a crappy proposition. So work out, stay healthy, don't get injured. And obviously, if you're getting dizzy or whatever, reaching down like that, you don't want to be moving so quickly. So I'm going to do a little bit of hip cars here. You can do these kneeling too, but I usually just do them standing because I just feel I'm just kind of warming up. So not necessarily looking for significant mobility increases or anything, but just kind of getting the hip moving through its natural ranges. From the back angle, really try to work on that extension. So I'm kind of reaching back with that leg and not just in line with my other leg, but behind. Kind of like if I'm going over a hurdle. If you can imagine that, I had a hurdle there. I'm trying to get over it. Good. A little hamstring warm up here. Grab my ankles. Stick my butt up in the air, but stay while holding my ankles the whole way through. Try to get those knees as straight as you feel you can. And when you squat down, you want to have space between your knees, so you don't want to let those knees buckle. If anything, you're pushing your legs outwards against my elbows. Little cracks there with my knees as I warm up through this range. Oh, kind of walking lunge kind of warm up. Couple another leg. Get the heart rate up a little bit. Good. Let's do a couple side to side lateral movements. So again, this is a warm up I like to do definitely before lifting. This is pretty much the routine I do. It takes about 5 minutes. And then you can do this as part of your cool down. If I was going to do it as part of my cool down, I probably would take a little bit more time and go a bit slower. Those shoulder cars, hip cars, I would probably take a bit more time in doing them, and focus a little bit more on the achieving maximum mobility. But for the warm up, I really just want to get some blood flow through the areas my body I'm going to work out. And like I said, you can use that warm up kind of pre-sport as well, but maybe add in a few more sport specific things in addition. Okay, so I'll start with a combo. So like I said, 3 sets, back and forth. I'll do a step up, followed by leg extension. I'll reset those. I'm thinking about something else, but I might switch it up a bit. So I'm going to do my overhead press. And use a bar. I'm going to use a bigger step this day. And then I might actually step down without fully stepping down. So weight overhead, drive my hip back a little bit. And then slow down. Control that descent down, right? That's where people really want to cheat. Typically, they'll just flop back. And even the coming up, really focusing on using that leg that's on the bench. Drive your weight up and try to not to push off the back leg, which is super easy if you do that, and easier than done too, to really focus on that top leg. Working, oh, I had to push a little bit there, right? So if I'm having trouble, sometimes I'll just do like a piston kind of movement, and I won't even fully go all the way down because I'll end up cheating too much. I'm gonna take a moment here. I might actually do a single leg thing, so let's just blast the heck out of that left leg, and then we'll come back to the right leg after. So left leg blast. Knee extension, left leg, single leg. So what I'm trying to really do is fatigue out that leg pretty bad. I'm going to go lighter weight for this one just because I'm getting tired already. Left leg up again. And just blasting it. I might just pissing it up because I'm getting tired already. Alternatively, you could use a smaller bent or a smaller step. The reason why I like doing like this is because I really can't cheat by relying on my right leg. It really isolates that left. And you're watching for a knee wobble too. So when you're squatting down, that knee, hip, foot alignment ideally stay pretty straight, right? Again, you may notice that knee wobbles a little bit when you're working it. So just be aware, really trying to keep that leg steady. This thing is a little low. That must have been the hamstring curl. Someone was doing it last. Okay, I'm blasting this left leg. This is usually way easier just because the leverage is a better kind of point for my knee to bend. So I probably could go a little heavier on that one, but I'm not because my legs are already getting tired. And I got one more set, so I don't want to bag it out completely. Although that gives me a pretty good burn there. Last one, left leg. So I'm basically going through my full routine for the day with you guys here, whereas usually I just go through one set and then move on. But I'm just kind of showing you an alternative workout for you to try out. Again, it's really to switch things up a little bit, right? Oh, my legs hitting the burns on my shoulders. Yeah. One more. Oh. Because really, for me, at least at this point, with the goals I've got is really just functional strength and healthy aging that I want to just try to keep my body guessing. So meaning that I'm obviously loading it all the time, 3, 4, 5 times a week. But ideally, I'm doing a different workout every single time. So my body's constantly guessing about how to adapt and how to get stronger, and also adapting to different ways of strengthening, right? So is that heavy load, slow movement? Is that fast movement, lighter load, higher reps, lower load, et cetera, et cetera? And then that way my body has to always try to adapt and get stronger in those different ways and never really get used to it and just kind of become stagnant. So like I said, it really stretches the skeleton and the bone density and the muscle flexibility, et cetera, et cetera. So, okay, right leg. Same thing here. Might be able to do a full step up to start. I'll do one more and then I'll do that piston. Oh, crap. One more. Oh. And then right leg extension. So again, this weight's probably a little light, but if that's the case, I'm just going to wrap it out a little bit more until I get that hardcore lactic acid burn muscle pump. Oh, ooh, we feel alive now. And then right back into it. So your quad's going to start feeling a little jelly-like. But if you needed rest, like I said, always take a rest. Pause the video, do what you need to do, even just watch for a second if you just need to take a set off. See, my right leg and my weak leg, I don't know if you noticed that wobble right there. Trying to fight it, but I couldn't. So might just go a little bit less deep, a little bit more shallow. Or I alternatively get rid of the weight above my head here. But for me, I just want to get a little shoulder work too, so I might as well keep it up there. One more. Yikes. Definitely get a good shoulder burn out of that too, right? So choose a weight accordingly where your leg can handle it, but your shoulders can also handle it. Because remember, we're doing single leg, so your shoulders are getting twice as much. Definitely can't do as many reps that time. I'll blast out one last set. All right, here we go. Yeah. Watch the wobble. Try to stay vertical. The weight overhead helps stay vertical, because you can't really bend forward, otherwise I'm going to drop the weight or fall. Oh. Oh. One more. So you probably noticed I went shallower and shallower, and then less and less reps because my leg's burning out. But that's kind of the point of these kind of quick pace, quick tempo, supersets. Yeah, I'm just changing up the workout, right? Just to keep the body guessing, right? And then, like I said, it's just something different. Probably get a little bit of that DOMS tomorrow, so late onset muscle soreness. Just because, again, I haven't done a workout like this for a while. So it's going to be definitely a shock to the system. Woo. All right, do a little chest next. So push with the legs, push with the arms, or sorry, push with the lower body, push with the upper body. Have a sip of water. You can feel those quads working. Feels good. Okay. So again, same thing. 3 sets of one chest exercise and then 3 sets of a second. So I'll just do a bench press and then a fly, basically. Simple stuff that I tend to do quite a bit. But the tempo stuff is going to be a little different, right? Tempo as in I'm going to switch between these 2 exercises and go back 3 times back and forth without kind of giving them that little micro rest that I usually do when I do the full body, kind of one exercise after the other of different body parts, right? So really just blasting the heck or the pecs and arms and stuff and not letting them rest in between. Oh. You'll probably notice, just like I did with the quads, that step up leg extension, that first set feels pretty easy, pretty light, but will definitely get heavier as I go. So I might adjust the weights as I go or adjust the reps, right? So less reps as I move through my 3 sets, because I'm going to start getting tired and fatigued. And again, you do not want to get injured, so just be wise. Nice try, relatively straight elbows here, right? Get all the way to the bottom of that fly as best you can. And just choose way to coordinate, right? Good work. Okay, so again, right back in the next one. Might go a little lighter on the press. I'm already feeling a little tired from that, right? Again, if you're feeling lightheaded, dizzy, whatnot, make sure you take a rest, right? Pause. Catch your breath. I'm feeling a little Charlie horse, actually, in my left pec. I'm just going to let myself rest for a moment here, because I don't want to be trying to work it while I'm feeling a bit of a Charlie horse. It's just tired, right? Tired's okay. It just means you're working. And like I said, you don't want to overdo it. Because really, you're just working out for yourself, right? So there's no point in trying to show off or push it or, push beyond what your body can handle. At least for the goals I'm doing and why I'm working out, that just doesn't make any sense. All right, here we go. I might be able to get 7 or 8 out of this guy. Oh, I'm already feeling tired though. One more. And as I said, what tends to happen when you're blasting it nonstop like this, you're just not going to be able to lift as heavy. You're not going to get as many reps out because you're just not giving it the rest, right? So you're not letting your body clear out the lactic acid that you normally would with rest. So it's really just trying to build a tolerance to that lactic acid and making your bodies adapt to that. Because, it does take some time for lactic acid to clear out of your muscles, but it will build up a tolerance, obviously. You'll notice maybe when you first start doing these kind of workouts nonstop that your body just can't handle it, right? But if you keep doing it on a daily basis, or at least on a regular basis, your body will make some adaptations, right? Not just in strength and size and all that, but also in the ability to work through lactic acid burn or lactic acid buildup to a certain extent, of course. All right, one more set. I'm gonna have a quick water break here. Chest is feeling that. Tired. If you're wondering, that's just water in there. Had a protein shake earlier, about an hour ago. Yeah, mixed in with some creatine, but I forgot the creatine today. So no creatine today, but more on that in my last video, I think. Okay, last round. I dropped 5 pounds per dumbbell here, just so I could feel the fatigue kicking in. See if I can get 8. But really, it's more about just fatigue, right? I don't really care too much how many reps I get in. Obviously, I want to get more than maybe 2 or 3, but really anything more than that, you're going to get gains out of it, even if you did only 2 or 3. But probably choose a load later that you can probably get 8 or so, give or take. Oh, it's fine. Oh man, and that burn big time. Chest is on fire. Woo-wee. Drop the load a little bit here for the thighs. I don't think I can do any more than this. That's all right. Get a crazy burn going. And the shoulders are all fatigued too, probably from that overhead thing too, right before, right? I'll do one more. Oh. Hey, my grip's getting tired. So it's time that I'm working hard here. But again, remember, if you need to have a little rest, take a rest, right? Next one is do some hams, some glutes. I'm gonna do a straight leg deadlift here with dumbbells, and then followed by my kind of hip hinge, hip rotation. Okay. So again, first round I could probably go a little heavier, but I'm feeling pretty tired here, so I want to take it easy. Like I said, I don't want to get injured. With this, remember, we want to keep the shoulders back as you get down into that bent over position. Let's do a little shrug in there, why not? At the top. Knees slightly bent. Try and get down as low as you can. Keep the shoulders back. A couple more. This one could have been done as a single leg one too, with the like I did with that first one. But I just think for sake of time, I'm going to do a 2-leg with at least a bent over straight leg deadlift. But these ones I got to do single leg, so I'll just show you this one. So again, I'm hip hinging, trying to keep my upper body in line with my lower body, my leg. And then while I get into that bent over position, rotating my hips outwards and then rotating my hips inwards. And that's for the glute med of my standing leg. I'll point it to when I get on the other side here. Again, bent over, and then open up the hip, close the hip. Should be working this kind of chunk here, the upper butt, upper kind of lateral spot of your butt. If you kind of put your thumb into there, like dig your thumb in a little bit, you should feel the activation of that muscle working overtime to make this movement happen. And you see I'm kind of holding on from time to time because I'm going to lose my balance if I don't. And plus I'm getting tired. One more. Oh. A little water. I feel I'm going to try the same weight on this one. But you do what you feel you need to do. And again, like I said, you always can pause in between, right? If you're feeling you just need a quick rest. Do what you guys need to do to be safe, right? Shoulders back. That's a little frog in there. One more. Oh man, getting that big time burn. My shoulders are actually burning out actually faster than anything else almost. Just because I think I've been working it. Those shoulders haven't had a huge rest since I started, so definitely feel the fatigue. And I like the back-to-back of this one because you really feel it in that upper kind of lateral glute. Like I said, the gluteus medius, or full name. And like I said, when you do it back-to-back, you really get that burn going in that spot, which is, again, one of these neglected muscles often. It's a relatively small muscle, but works in this like kind of external rotation kind of movement there. I'm not talking much as you can tell. I'm friggin' panting. Whee. I just gotta do a little walk here. Kind of walk it off for a little bit, get some of the lactic acid out. And my shoulders are on fire right now. So hopefully yours are too, because if you're following along, they should be. If they're not, then up the weight a little bit. Probably it would do it. Be a few more reps out of it if you feel you can. But like I said, your shoulders should be pretty sore right now. Sore, not sore, muscle burning, lactic acid buildup feeling, but pumped up though for sure, right? Go a little later for this last round of this guy. I might as well throw a shrug in there just to really beat up my body. I was gonna say, that sounds bad though, but in a good way, of course. Keep my shoulders back. You really get upright at that top of this movement. Don't kind of stop before you get vertical, right? And then squeeze your butt as you're coming up and out of that movement. Couple more. Last one. Ooh. Okay. Last one of the hip hinge rotation. This is a bit of a weird movement when you first start doing it. It's a bit, I wouldn't say necessarily it's unnatural, but it definitely Takes a bit of time to understand what I'm actually doing here by like opening, I call it opening up your hips, but rotating on the standing leg, right? So opening up the hips, closing them down. And like I said, you really should feel it in this kind of chunk of your butt muscle right there. And again, it's a slow, controlled movement, right? You don't want to be flinging your leg out or anything like that. Because I'm not swinging my leg out as an external rotation, I guess I'll call it. My pelvis. All right. Kind of like an abduction of my hip, even with a rotation thrown in there. I can't even do it without holding on now because I'm getting very tired. Only 2 more exercises today. So 8 exercise split today. Last one, lats. I'm just going to stay with the dumbbells here at the rack. I'm just going to do a bent over row. And then let's do a reverse fly. How about? So back nice and flat as best you can. So keep your neck neutral as well. So don't let your head come forward. Try to keep your neck up. And that nice straight line from the back of your head all the way down. And then roll it out. Start the lawnmower. Oh. Opposite leg or opposite side. Switch your legs. Oh man. Yikes. I'll do a reverse fly. I'm just gonna do like a single leg one. I'm sure I've done these in the past before on one of these guys, these videos. One leg. Stay relatively in line from the upper bar down to the leg. Try to get your chest as parallel to the ground as possible. I'm gonna have to go lighter my next round. Burning out here. Oh man. Oh. Oh. So if you're keeping up, you should be pretty damn tired. Because I'm going at lightning pace here. If you're not used to doing this kind of workout with this kind of no break, fast tempo kind of thing, you'll probably need to sit down for a second, pause, and then continue on. Because usually it takes a bit of time to build up to it, right? Okay, here we go. Round 2 of the lats. I have to lighten the load next round. This is getting heavy. Couple more. Woo! A water break. Oh. Yeah, I'm going a little lighter for the second one. And single leg. I like to think about pointing my thumbs up and leading with my thumbs, if that makes sense. Just keeping those shoulders in kind of a neutral position. Oh, even that weight's a little heavy. Last round. Oh boy. Like I said, this is my last video filming here. I'll be moving to a different gym at the community center. Hoping they're gonna let me have the camera going. We'll see what happens. But I'm getting a few more likes and comments on these videos and know that people are actually watching and getting something out of it. I'll keep up with it. And if we're finding through comments and whatnot that people aren't really getting much of it, or you want me to work on something different, try out something different, then comment below. And like I said, I'll have a look and see what we can do. Okay, last round. I meant to go lighter. Forgot. A little less reps than out of this one. I go a little lighter on this last reverse fly. My shoulders are dying here. Lead the thumbs. Oh man. Just because I thought of it, I'm just going to blast out a few bicep curls because why the heck not? I'm feeling tired as heck, but might as well get a crazy pump going before I stretch it out and call it a day. So this last one I'm not even really doing. I'm just doing this for fun to end off the weight training today. Oh man. Bagged out. Okay guys, I'm just gonna repeat that warm up that I did for my cool down. I'm not gonna bother filming it though, so you guys know what I'm doing. But signing off from the gym here. Catch you guys next time from wherever location I'll be at. Take care, see ya.